Welcome to the Forcecast. You are here with your anchors, Morgan
and Austin.
Welcome back to this week's episode. Super glad to be back. We've got a lot to talk about today.
Yeah, we do. We actually have quite a bit.
Yeah.
Quite a bit of things.
So let's get the show on the road.
Getting it on the road. We'll do mine first because
you
have more stuff that's relevant.
Yep.
All right.
Hit it with the Star Wars.
All right, we got a lot this upcoming week for this day in Star Wars. Today, only 5 years ago. It says the final season, but we now know that to be untrue. It says the final season of Star Wars: The Clone Wars, dubbed the quote-unquote Lost Missions, is released on Netflix. Was the final season until, of course, the Clone Wars #CloneWars lives, coming out later this year.
I've yet to actually see those episodes.
Disney Plus. You haven't seen the Lost Missions? Not all. There are quite a few of them that were worth it. Order 66 is explained. There's one with Clovis.
I could give
he dies.
Crap about Clovis.
Guess what? Spoiler alert, the episode is centered on Padme and the banks. Literally every freaking Clone Wars episode about Padme is centered on money. Anyway, I'm done with that.
And those episodes suck.
There was a tough guy in the Fool arc with Mace Windu and Jar Jar Binks that was entirely cringy to watch, and the only reason it was included in the entire finished product was because it explained something that was going into the Son of Dathomir graphic novel that was being aired, because it showed Darth Talzin, Mother Talzin get turned into...
What now? That's a whole other thing.
It showed Mother Talzin get turned into witch dust, and that played into Son of Dathomir. I'm pretty sure that's literally the only reason these episodes were included, because it showed that.
Dang.
Also included some stuff on... Oh, hang on a second. Thank you, unplug. Sorry, my phone needs charging. Anyway, included... what else did it include? Order 66. That was really sad. You saw those?
I really don't remember.
You don't remember? Okay. Well,
weren't they the ones that were like partially made?
No, they were fully made. These were fully made. These were released on Netflix.
I really don't remember.
It was about a minute, but they also included one about Yoda and how he learned how to manifest himself after death. Going to Korriban, not Moraband. Going to Korriban, and meeting the ghost of Darth Bane, voiced by Mark Hamill.
Of course.
Also, I want to show you a meme I found real quick regarding Mark Hamill.
Meme showing.
Go back to this in a minute. Sorry. This is important stuff. It's conspiracy. Conspiracy must be made known. Shut up, phone. I don't care about daily planning. Alright, I gotta find this.
Maybe you should. Oh, wow, that's frightening.
If you take the last 3 letters of Mark and the first 3 letters of Hamill, it spells Arkham. And he played the Joker. Coincidence? I think not! Sorry, that's the meme. Anyway, sorry, had to do that. Okay, let's see, scrolling. 2 days from now, March 9th. Oscar Isaac's birthday.
Oscar Isaac!
Poe Dameron. I
like him.
He was actually very enjoyable in Resistance. He comes in, he's on a few episodes. Yeah, I actually very much enjoy his presence in Resistance.
Oh, that's good.
He has, on the last episode he was in, he took BB-8 back so he could go do a mission for Leia on the planet of Jakku.
Why does everybody want to go back to Jakku?
I think next week's episode, or next week's episodes, might be a 2-parter, is season finale. Where we're undoubtedly going to see the destruction of the Hosnian system. Because we already know that's coming, because they showed it in the trailer. And they watch Hux's speech. Let's see. On the 10th was the airing of the first trailer for Revenge of the Sith, which I actually remember, in 2005. Oh wait, Oscar Isaac was born in 79, by the way. Just fun fact. March 11th, 1971, we're going back a few years. George Lucas's first theatrical film, THX 1138, is released. If those letters and numbers sound familiar to you, THX is, of course, the sound company that does sound for a lot of movies. Not so much anymore, but used to do it like sound for almost every movie. And 1138...
Yeah, the company that had the sound that would blow your eardrums.
Exactly. And then 1138... 1138 appears a lot in Star Wars. Of course, it's a reference to his first movie.
The only time I remember it being mentioned is in A New Hope, and it's the cell block number that they said they were going to lock Chewie in.
Yeah, and that's really about it. That's all the big stuff for Star Wars. And this week, we save Lord of the Rings for next, because we have news regarding that after Morgan gives us this day in Lord of the Rings history.
Yeah. So I'm going to go back a little bit to last week, just because there were some things that I forgot to mention. last Friday on March 1st. Hey, there was a lot, okay? Friday, March 1st. The biggest thing that is in the year 2931 was the birth of Aragorn.
That's pretty big. How did you forget that?
I was kind of just scrolling through and I was more concerned with what happened before Thursday. Didn't think about like the day after. Yeah, so Aragorn's birthday was last Friday, and also later on, that was also going to be the day that he later died.
Oh, he died next to his birthday. That's really sad.
Yeah, he died on his birthday. So,
on his birthday?
Yeah, on his birthday.
He died on his birthday. That's sad.
That is kind of sad.
Aragorn can't die. What are you talking about? Aragorn doesn't die.
Aragorn lives.
Aragorn's immortal. Hashtag Aragorn lives. Theories, conspiracy.
Other things that happened on that day throughout time, that was the day the Ent Moot began, which was the meeting of the Ents. Éomer returns to Edoras. Frodo and Sam go in the Dead Marshes. The Hunters...
Dead Marshes. Yes, that is the name.
There you go, folks.
Don't follow the lights.
Let's see. Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli follow the trail of Merry and Pippin into Fangorn, and they come across Gandalf. They find Gandalf and Fangorn.
I've blown their minds.
Are you just gonna go through this whole thing?
Yes. Because this is stuff I can riff/quote.
Let's see, then, March 2nd, they come to the end of the Dead Marshes, they go, Gandalf, Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli go to Edoras, Theoden is healed, the Ent Moot ends in the afternoon, Sunday is when they start going to Helm's Deep, Battle of the Hornburg, let's see, Okay.
Did you see? You saw that thing I sent you? You saw that thing I sent you, right? Like
what
the stained
thing?
glass of different things of Middle Earth. You saw that, right?
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
That was cool, right?
I want that
cool
in
crap.
my house.
Some cool crap.
I want that. Hold on, sorry, I lost it for a moment there. Let's see, a Sunday I just did that. Monday is when Gandalf returns to Helm's Deep, and they totally just plow over the Uruk-hai army.
Whoops, sorry, I just bumped the mic.
Then they go to Isengard, parley with Saruman. Pippin steals the Palantir. That's on
Gandalf Graham.
That's on Tuesday, March 5th.
The key of Orthanc. Perhaps the keys of Barad-dûr itself, along with the crowns of the 7 kings and the rods of the 5 wizards.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm working on my Christopher Lee.
That's fine. Oh yeah, actually just last night Paul was trying to do Christopher Lee and we're like, nope, that's a very hard one to do.
Fun fact, for those of you who don't know, Christopher Lee actually did narration for the Hobbit video game when it was just the first 2 movies, which they've never released a full...
The Hobbit Lego game.
Yeah, the Lego Hobbit game, excuse me. Which they never released like a full thing.
Oh, really?
No, there's still not like a full Lego Middle-earth Lord of the Rings
No, because they
Hobbit
didn't have Battle of the 5 Armies.
Yeah, but they've had it since. Anyway.
That's so lame.
They had Christopher Lee like do narration, and he also... He does a yodeling shield. You get the shield and you bring it out and it goes.
Is that really yodeling though?
That's what it called itself. But it's Christopher Lee. It's like, Chris, can you stand there in the booth? Chris, they call him Chris.
No.
Sir Lee. Was he a sir? He was
he was sir. Oh, he was
Sir,
definitely a
Sir
sir.
Lee, could you stand in the booth and go? It's like,
we standing there and yodel.
one of the coolest guys on earth. It's like, what the heck? Anyway.
Really quick, couple more days. Wednesday, March 6th, Theoden and all of them set back out from the Hornburg towards Edoras. Which I'm guessing some sequences of events were definitely different in the book. Or no, wait, no, that's still to Edoras. Never mind. I just saw Pippin rides with Gandalf. I thought it meant to Minas Tirith, but it says no, back to Edoras. Thursday, March 7th, so today, Frodo and Sam are taken by Faramir to Henneth Anun. No, I did not say back.
Oh, the Wind of the West.
Yeah. Also the Forbidden Pool. That's...
Nice and cool, so juicy, sweet. I only wish to catch a fish, so juicy, sweet.
Sorry.
I may just let you take over this whole thing.
We're just getting into bits that I know, so.
I know. See, and then I think Aragorn went to Dun Harrow sooner than he did in the movies, because it also said Aragorn goes to Dun Harrow. Shadowfax carries Pippin and Gandalf to the next realm, basically on their way to Minas Tirith.
Yeah, don't forget the timeline in the books is much different than the movies.
Way, way different. That's part of why I'm like slightly confused. I'm like, wait a minute, this didn't happen until later, and then remembered, oh yeah.
Meaning of haste. 3 days ride as the Nazgul flies.
But by a horse, 6 weeks.
Love that riff. It's one of my favorite riffs.
Hashtag riff tracks, we love
riff
it.
tracks, we're gonna keep bringing it up, folks.
And then just one more, I'll go ahead and do Friday, March 8th. Aragorn goes to the Pass of the Dead. Frodo leaves Henethanoon. Merry and the Rohirrim make their way to Dun Harrow. Oh yeah, so Aragorn left way before the Rohirrim did, I guess. And Gandalf and Pippin are still on their way to Minas Tirith.
Yeah.
So there's a whole lot going
Movies
on.
are quite different, but at least they made it work, right?
Yeah. So on that note, regarding Lord of the Rings, we've got some stuff in the media news.
2 big things.
2 big things. First of all, we'll start kind of with this smallish one.
I mean, it's not like considering they did just... We got a second trailer for Tolkien, the movie, but we just got a first one, so it was kind of a teaser trailer.
They released that one kind of quick.
It's a biopic, so it's not like it's a big thing. But it looks great.
I mean, it just keeps looking better and better.
It looks great. There's a shot of a dragon on the fields of freaking World War I, and it looked pretty good. It wasn't Smaug. Like, it wasn't just straight up Smaug.
There's an article that claimed it was Smaug. I'm like,
Well, it wasn't the same dragon as the Hobbit Smaug.
Obviously not, no.
But it looks great. Looks like it's not going to be an action-packed fantasy movie, but it definitely looks really good. And I'm a huge Tolkien dude.
Oh, yeah. I cannot wait for this movie.
If anyone deserves biopics, it's him and C.S. Lewis. I mean, we've made this
why
statement.
not?
They redefined the genre. How often do you say you can do that? Or how often can you say you did that?
Exactly.
Like, I don't think there's literally anyone in history besides them who have said they have well, maybe the Brothers Grimm, but...
Brothers Grimm, maybe Shakespeare.
Yeah, Shakespeare.
Shakespeare crafted half our language, for heaven's sake.
Pretty much, yeah. So I guess he's pretty important, too. But Tolkien and Lewis, they redefined the entire fantasy genre. They built upon what the Brothers Grimm did, and they just redefined the freaking thing, and it's been the biggest thing ever since.
And thank Kevin for that, because I love the way fantasy is now.
Oh, yeah. It's great.
So, also on that note, there was news. Big news regarding the Amazon TV series for Lord of the Rings.
The Second Age.
They announced it's going to be taking place in the Second Age of Middle-earth history.
Unfortunately, we got a bit ahead of ourselves. We thought that meant Beren and Luthien and Morgoth and the Silmarils. Unfortunately, Morgoth is gone. Beren and Luthien are dead. However...
Yeah, all the stuff we thought was going to happen happened in the First Age.
Unfortunately, we're still not getting the Silmarillion TV show that we want.
Gosh dang it!
But it's got Sauron. Well, it should have... I mean, it's gotta have Sauron, right? That's cool. I mean, it's the Second Age. He's the big bad guy. And my one request, we want to see Benedict Cumberbatch as Sauron again.
Reprise the role.
Because I want to see Benedict Cumberbatch as Sauron. We've heard Benedict Cumberbatch as Sauron. We want to see Benedict Cumberbatch as Sauron. We want to see it. I want to see his face in the armor. Because that would look amazing.
Careful, Austin, your man crush is showing.
I'm fangirling here. But we're also getting Numenor. We've never seen Numenor.
The fall of Numenor.
I was hoping for the fall of Gondolin, but the fall of Numenor is cool too. Literally going to war against the gods, and Sauron declares himself High Priest of Melkor, Lord of Darkness. That's a pretty sweet name. Pretty sweet title. Like,
what else did we find out was in the Second Age?
oh, everything. I mean, it's a Seal.
Well, not everything,
Numenor,
clearly.
Elendil. Well, the Forging of the Rings of Power.
Oh, you said Galadriel.
Well, yeah, Galadriel and Celebrimbor. Or Celebrimbor. Excuse me. Nope.
Wow.
Galadriel and Celeborn had a daughter. Didn't know that.
Oh, no. That's, what's her name? Celebrian, or how do you say her name? That's Elrond's wife.
Oh, right.
That's right, we did know that.
We did? I didn't know that. She's not mentioned in the movie.
Well, no, she's not mentioned in the movie, but
she must be dead.
I mean, we have established that.
That's right.
That Galadriel is
Elrond's
mother-in-law.
Liv Tyler says that.
Yeah, she's my grandmother.
Galadriel's my grandmother. Sorry.
That sounded more like a gay guy.
I know, but that's how Liv Tyler is very different from Arwen in the way she speaks.
I don't. Why did I not realize that when you mentioned that to me earlier?
forgot about that.
I am so ashamed
But yeah,
of myself.
mentions that. Of course, the forging of the Rings of Power. Brimbor going to war with Sauron.
I'm wearing my Ring of Power right now.
Yes, you are. Which is interesting because I just really want to see. I mean, the ones we're probably going to get the most likely are Galadriel, Elrond, Gandalf. We're definitely not going to see Saruman.
Which is kind of sad. Well,
Which is sad.
Yeah,
but,
that's very sad.
But albeit, I'm fine with it because of the fact the man himself is not around to do it.
And I will not have anybody else playing Saruman.
Really, I just want to see.
Body.
I mean, they haven't said exactly what they're going to go over. It's probably going to focus more around the Men of Numenor. But even then, with the forging of the Rings of Power, that's big stuff.
Which, sadly, though, that probably doesn't mean that young Aragorn will be in it. Maybe?
Well, no, this is long before him.
Okay, well, that's what I thought. Well,
It's hundreds of years before him.
Well, there was a big rumor going around, like, way before
rumor.
that said, yeah.
It's obviously a false rumor.
Yeah, clearly, which makes me sad.
Yes.
I was kind of looking forward to young Aragorn.
But, hey, we got this, and I just want to see some of the actors return. Like, I just really hope, because it's not Peter Jackson. They've established that. Mm-hmm. But I imagine it's going to take, supposed to be in the same universe, right? I just want to see the actors. Like, I want to see some of those actors. Maybe not the whole time, but just to see them, See Lee Pace as Thranduil.
Lee Pace!
Pretty much see the elves. Like, that's the only ones we're going to get are the elves. Because I fear the Hobbit...
to see the elves!
The Hobbit characters can't be there.
No.
Except maybe Lee Pace. And maybe Legolas, but maybe young Legolas. This is like thousands of years.
Hey, people already got mad that they threw him into a movie he wasn't even in. I doubt
There's
they'll be
very,
happy
very
about
little
this
written
one.
about this time. I actually don't know when Legolas is technically born, so maybe he's not even born yet. But
I would imagine I don't even know.
We don't know.
I don't know.
But either way, it's like I want to see some of these characters. I just want to see some of these actors come back. That way it would make it feel like Middle Earth. I mean, to me, it wouldn't like even like, oh, this is Elrond and it's some dude. It's not gonna feel like Middle Earth if it's not Hugo Weaving.
Yeah.
It could just be a cameo. Like, I just want some cameos, Kate Blanchett, pretty sure she wouldn't mind coming back, right? I mean, I don't know.
I'd hope not, because
Ian
love
McKellen.
her.
Ian McKellen, I think Ian McKellen said he'd like to come back too. I'd love to see you come back, Gandalf the Grey. Woo!
Ian McKellen just said he'll always come back as Gandalf.
Yeah, I would
Which
love.
makes
We
me
just
really
get to
happy.
see some more Ian McKellen as Gandalf. I mean, just see. I mean, I actually don't know what Gandalf's supposed to look like during the Second Age. I mean, maybe just get Michael Fassbender. Again, I've been saying Michael Fassbender needs to play young Gandalf.
3 days as a crow flies.
He's already done young Ian McKellen once, and we've already said he's done a bang-up job of it.
Oh, heck yeah.
But I just want to see that. If it's the Second Age, we're not going to see Frodo. We're not going to see Sam. Unless, of course, we get some sort of, like, Bilbo style. Also, did you catch in the trailer what Tolkien was writing?
Yes. Yes, I did.
In a hole in the ground.
In a hole in the ground.
Yeah. He was writing it.
Which actually was kind of cool is at the school library, they have on their bulletin board a lot of famous, like, first lines of books.
In a hole.
And there's, like, these little flaps, so you have to, like, flip it and see, what book they came from.
Well, that's cheating.
Well, I know, but I think, you have to guess, and then you look.
It says Hobbit in it.
the very first one I looked at said, in a hole in the ground. I'm like, oh, jeez, I know that one by heart.
A Hobbit.
And I was like, please,
Yeah,
I don't even need to flip
Tolkien
that
was writing
script.
that line out in the trailer, like, the start of an epic. I don't know. It's just like this one. It's like, to me, it just won't feel like Middle Earth. Like, they'll say it's Middle Earth, but I won't believe it. Mm-hmm. Unless, of course, they're going this entirely different route, like, and they're just gonna, base it off the art from the books. But it's like,
who knows?
I mean, it's just like, I would hope that they would try to build off of what was established and get some of the actors.
Have you seen
back.
the picture of the map that they've been releasing?
I didn't see a close up of it, but I saw there was a map.
Yeah, they've been releasing, like, the map, like, with new bits added each time up
And
until
we're probably
this
going to see a lot of Numenor. And I just want to see more of Sauron. I'd love to, because I feel like this is going to be for Sauron what the Clone Wars was for Darth Maul, kind of establishing him as this. I mean, he was already a great, like, he was. What I love about Sauron in Lord of the Rings is that he didn't need to come down. Most villains need to come down and finish their dirty work. And granted, they did film him coming down, but he didn't need to. He just sat up there. Most of his underlings did the work for him, and they almost succeeded several times with that. But he was a great, kind of the omnipresent, the shadow of Sauron. He's always, like, he's not watching you at all times, but there's always the fear that he's there. That's the great thing about Sauron. I'd love to see more of Sauron, in the flesh, working, being the deceiver. He was called the deceiver. Aragorn called him the deceiver. Anatar, the fair. Not Anatar. Yeah, Anatar.
Yeah.
That was his elf form.
Yeah.
Deceiving the elves into making the Rings of Power. Shadow of Mordor. Love to see some. Wouldn't that be cool if we saw, like, Celebrimbor from Shadow of Mordor with Alistair Duncan doing doing Celebrimbor. That'd be pretty cool, right?
That'd be interesting.
Kind of combining the two lores into one. I don't know. I'm excited for this because this second age, so we haven't seen it.
It'll be interesting, and there's not. You said there's not a whole lot written on it, right?
I mean, there's probably more than I'm remembering. Obviously, there's a decent amount. I mean, the entire thing with Numenor was in the Silmarillion.
That's true. It was.
And Sauron being Sauron. Like, I just want to see more. It'd be good to see more of him. Because even in The Hobbit, he was there and he was scheming, but, he wasn't completely present. For good reason, because he wasn't the main villain. But
anyway,
I just want to see more of that. I'm excited. Just want to see. But I do want. It would be disappointing if certain actors are not there. I would hope they would be, but who knows?
Yeah. Really quick, we got a couple other things before we get to our topic. Really quick, I know we didn't discuss this beforehand, but I feel like because we mentioned the show plenty of times before, I feel like we should also just throw this out there, especially for our other fellow fans. You know what I'm talking about, aren't you?
I'm ready to start singing if you want me to.
Singing?
Yeah, the song. The theme song. We're talking about Critical Role, right?
I just wanted to.
We are on the same page,
yes,
right?
Okay. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Freaking Critical Role, the Dungeons and Dragons show that we watch.
We will have to have an episode on this soon.
Oh yeah, we'll have an episode definitely, especially now that you're getting farther along.
I'm almost halfway through.
You're almost halfway through now. So anyway, they came out with an announcement about a week ago saying they were gonna have a Kickstarter.
About a week ago.
I don't remember when they came out with the announcement.
It was one day.
No, I'm not talking about the actual Kickstarter. I'm talking when they.
Yeah.
So they announced about a week or so ago they were coming out with a Kickstarter to get an animated special of their show, and that was on Monday. Their goal was $750,000. We freaking kid you not. In like 45 minutes.
There was a 45-day.
Yeah. First of all, the Kickstarter is a 45-day campaign for $750,000. In 45 minutes, they reached over $1 million.
Today, with 42 days left, they're at $6.3 million.
I think by the end of Monday, they're at like maybe like $3 million by the end of the day.
Yeah, see, I haven't seen an email on the next stretch
No, that's
goal.
weird. No, there was another one.
I must have missed that one.
But yeah, so their goal was $750,000. By the end of the day, they had like $3 million.
And they had stretch goals. They had like 4 stretch goals from 1 or 5. 1 million, 1.5, 2, 2.53. Beat all those in less than 12 hours.
Yeah, they had to create more stretch goals because it's still climbing, and they still have like 41 days left of the campaign.
And I love the cast of Critical Role.
They're
but they
fantastic.
grossly underestimated us.
Oh, no kidding.
Because they were like, we'll be lucky if we hit the stretch goals by the end of the campaign. We crushed those stretch goals. Like Travis said, screw your stretch goals.
Yeah, Travis Willingham said, I feel like we almost offended our fans by saying, here's our stretch goals, and then they just went, screw your stretch goals.
Exactly. We're like, what's this about? Let's just...
Because seriously,
So from an animated special that was going to be like half an hour long to maybe an hour long, they've decided to do a full mini-series of it. Like,
yeah, that's how much we've raised. We can fund,
like,
or they can
there's
fund
gonna be
a full
2 episodes
series.
of like pre-live stream because they started way into their story in this live stream. So now they're like starting, they're gonna do 2 episodes on what happened before, and then they're just gonna jump ahead in time and go straight to actually in the live stream stuff of one of our favorite story arcs, the Briarwood story arc. They've already got 4 episodes ready for that.
Yeah.
They have 2 more. We're going to have 2 more stretch goals after this that will be the last 4 episodes of that. And I still am scared that we might not finish it, but, I mean, we still have 42 days left.
There's still 42
and
days. We're already over 6 million.
We're still going $1 million a day.
Oh, yeah. I honestly
it's
get the
going
feeling they'll have like 30 million by the time this campaign's over.
Well, it is slowing down substantially. The
Oh, yeah,
speed
it's
is
slowing
not-
down, but there's still money.
If they
being
get that
donated.
much, then we're going to get like a full freaking full series.
Buy
6
back Ashley Johnson.
6 seasons in a movie. Like, that's what we're getting. Yeah, they're going to buy her back.
They'll buy back her.
If they get 30 million, we
buy
might
out
just
her
get 6
contract.
seasons in a movie. Like, that's probably what we're going to get.
You might as well just give it to us.
I know.
But I mean, seriously,
it is
that-
insane. I wish I could make money that fast. It's been 3 days.
And they've made a crap ton of money.
$6 million of 750,000.
Fans of Critical Role, or also known as
I
Critters.
donated.
Oh yeah, we donated too.
I donated more than everyone else, but everyone else on our group anyway.
Yeah, the fans of Critical Role, who are also known as critters, should never ever be underestimated because this is ultimate proof.
And if y'all weren't,
you don't underestimate a fandom.
And they mentioned that they'd gone to television like studios before and pitched this idea of an animated special of this show called Critical Role, and all of them were like, some expressed interest, but inevitably all of them turned it down because they didn't know if it would get support. Well, screw you guys! Look who just made $6 million in 3 days. Your loss.
It's like, you think they won't get support. You don't know the critters.
You don't know the critters.
These people have sold out stadium-size crowds for a live show. A stadium full.
They grossly underestimated us.
Oh my word.
And we're gonna get
even I was shocked.
I'm gonna get some cool swag anyway. Unless
you're
you
getting
can up your donation if you wanted.
Nah, I've already dropped a lot of money this week.
Okay, well, I'm gonna get some cool swag. I'm gonna get a poster and something else.
I
forget what else. I forget what else.
You're getting the MP3 of the song.
I'm getting the MP3. Oh, and I get they call it a voicemail pack, which I can only imagine is the voices.
This is Grog. He's not available to
I swear, if that's what it is, if you don't make that your voicemail, I'm gonna be severely disappointed in you.
Well, I'm wondering how it's gonna work. Like, is it somehow gonna be personalized? Are they gonna sit in a booth for 6 hours going through a list of names? Like, all right, this is for Austin. He's not available right now. Please leave a message. And
Can you just imagine all the people that call your phone? They're like, "What the?"
I know, that's the best part. I'm gonna switch it. I guess I hope it says a pack, so it's not like it's. I think it's every character. Like, I hope so.
That'd be
I'd love
amazing.
to just swap between Vax, Percy, and Grug, and the others, of course, and just like.
Well, imagine you put like Vex on there, and they're like, "Why is there
It's
a woman?"
I know, but no one calls me anyway, so I'd be like, I just want to have
I call you.
Yeah, but you don't get into my voicemail. Either way, you're probably gonna call me just to get my voicemail, now, aren't you?
Heck yeah, I am. Are you serious?
I'm just laying. It's like midnight.
If you look at the clock and it's midnight, just don't even bother answering. I just want to hear your
I'm gonna
voicemail.
get a cool poster of Vox Machina of all the characters. They're called Vox Machina. You get the voicemail pack. I'm gonna get the 3 MP3 download of their theme song and the Sam Riegel version. Which I'm excited to hear how that sounds. But the unaired Sam Riegel version of Your Turn to Roll, and some stickers.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
some cool stuff.
Like I said, you better share that MP3 with me. I want that.
I will. I is excited.
You are very excited.
I is very excited. We are very excited. Our group.
Our D&D group.
I was looking for the it's beautiful meme the whole time. I couldn't find a good one.
We'll probably have another update on how the Kickstarter is doing in our next episode, just because it's still got a while, so we'll keep you updated.
It will be airing next fall. Like, not this fall.
I know, sadly, it's still a year out, but
we're going to get at least 6 episodes.
Which is a whole lot more than we originally were going to get. We were just going to get a freaking half hour.
We're going to get a half-hour special. I'm like, an hour. And they're like, okay, now it's going to be a 2-hour special. And they're like, screw it. We're going to do 2 episodes of this, and then we're going to go straight into the Briarwoods, which is awesome, by the way.
Bless them for that.
The Briarwood arc is very exciting, very funny, very sad, very emotional. Like, really when things kicked it up, in my opinion, because I just finished it, when things really kicked up a notch in Critical Role.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there was some good stuff before. I mean, the whole thing with Craghammer, and that was cool. But really, when it started getting emotionally invested
was
Briarwoods, because that's when it actually delved into the backstory of one of the characters. And this is not our episode of Critical Role, but just kind of, it was really into it. And it was just like, it was like emotional because you were invested in this, and then it just got super intense. And the doors, they had problems with doors, and it was hilarious because it's D&D. You have to roll for things, and you might not even be able to open a door.
So yeah, if you're a Critical Role fan, I'm assuming you probably already know all about this. It's super cool.
I don't think
keep donating if possible. Let's keep getting those numbers up. See how much more we can get.
What if there are critters who don't know about it?
I'm shocked if they don't.
It's our duty to now spread the word to make sure where no one watches our show.
Critters, if you don't know, donate now.
It's like 4 people watch our show, but we need to spread this because critters need to know. If there are critters who don't know, we might not get the Briarwoods. Do you want that? You don't want that.
I will say this. Paul was looking into it, and he found that there's like 3 or 4 people out there that actually donated over $10,000. Which I'm like, who has that kind of money just lying around?
I'm just waiting. They're gonna be they're gonna be short, like at the end of the campaign. They're gonna be short of their goal, and then some celebrity is gonna donate a crap ton of money, like millions, to finish it. Like Robert Downey Jr. I don't know. Someone's gonna donate a lot of money.
No, are you kidding? It would be one of the ones that played D&D.
Terry Crews.
Terry Crews.
Terry Crews and Vin Diesel donate millions of dollars. Well,
Terry Crews, Vin Diesel, if you can hear
They
us.
said celebrity cameos. Matt's not gonna be voicing everyone.
We are so hoping for Terry Crews.
People like Terry Crews and Vin Diesel and Dame Judi Dench, these people could be in the
Get
show.
Dame Judi Dench.
In the show. Like, imagine, it'd be weird, but imagine Vin Diesel playing Lord Briarwood. Like, I don't think it would work. But, you know, actors like that could be in the show. I mean, people like Patton Oswalt and, well, I guess probably not Will Wheaton because he's an actual character in the show. But
Yeah.
But Matt's not doing all the voices, you know.
No, he's not.
Like, you could get tons of people, because celebrities play D&D, man.
Yeah. Terry Crews, Vin Diesel, if you can hear us, donate to the campaign, please.
Terry,
you have a lot of money. I know you do.
Be in the show. I want to see Terry Crews.
Yeah, be in the show.
I want to
Come on.
see Terry Crews in the show, because it'd be great. But yeah, we're excited for this, and now we're gonna. And Morgan has her announcement.
Quick little shout out, yeah, for Critical Role. Also, my quick little tidbit, just because I mean it's not totally nerd media news. I'm just doing this just because I want to. The Jonas Brothers got back together this last week. My childhood is returning. I'm super happy. They came out with their first single in about 7 years, and I personally like it. But again, that's because I grew up listening to the Jonas Brothers. Our mom actually won me tickets to go see them when I was a teenager to go see them when they were here in our hometown. So I'm totally excited about that. I've been fangirling all week. I've actually gone back and listened to some of their music, but that's just me. Anyway, moving on to our next little bit, really quick.
Wait.
No, we still have the review.
Oh, the review, yeah, How to Train Your Dragon 3.
We have our review of How to Train Your Dragon 3, because Paul and I actually went and saw it last Tuesday, not Tuesday. No, we saw it Friday after
We were gonna see it Tuesday, but it was snowing.
We saw it not this last Friday, but the Friday before, and then we were gonna go see it on Tuesday with Austin, but the weather was not so kind, so we decided not to, and then we went and saw it.
On Saturday.
Yeah, we went to matinee on Saturday, and all I can say, it was fantastic and a great way to end the trilogy.
Again, I love the animation of the films. I love how it's
Just some of the stuff, I'm like, how long do you think it took to animate some of those
very
sequences?
Very long time. And just the little detail on the creatures and on the dragons most specifically, but just the amount of, just how good it looks and how unique some of it is and how they're always, animated films usually are always pushing themselves just a little bit further every time.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, there was some amazing stuff with the visual effects there, and we won't spoil the ending, of course.
Just because it is still pretty new.
It's an emotional ending, you know.
It even made Austin cry. And Austin doesn't cry a whole lot.
I cry in movies, don't you lie.
No, you cry, but not like me.
I wasn't bawling. I was restraining the tears, but I did almost lose them.
No, I was bawling the first time.
I let the little girl in front of us do that.
Oh my gosh, there was a little girl that at the end was full on sobbing into her mother's shoulder. It was so sad.
I was like, part of it was actually because of her.
I know, I think I was crying a little harder because of her, and I'm like, no!
This little girl was sobbing.
Like, she was full on, like, just sobbing into her mother's shoulder.
So pure and innocent. It was like, oh, this is beautiful.
I almost wanted to ask her mom afterwards, be like, can I give her a hug? But I'm like,
okay?
No, I knew why she was crying. I just wanted to give her a hug.
We usually get the kids behind us who don't shut up about T-Rex, if you remember Walking with Dinosaurs.
Oh my gosh,
Kids
that
would
little punk.
Shut up! And then
that little punk
screamed when the thing came out.
In full freaking terror.
If you've never seen Walking with Dinosaurs, it's not a thing anymore, but it was like the best animatronic dinosaur crap you've ever seen in your life, and it was amazing, and this T-Rex was pretty dang awesome.
It was huge.
And it was huge, and it was loud, and we weren't even that close to it, though.
No.
And this kid was scared out of his gourd. He was talking, where's the T-Rex? And then it showed up, and he was terrified of it.
But she wanted to go, serves
like,
you right.
Shut up.
I know, this time we get the little girl full on sobbing.
I was more happy with that, though, because I was like, I'm with you, girl.
I wanted to give her a hug, but I didn't want to weird her.
It was very, but also a happy ending.
Yeah, it was a happy
feely
but still
ending,
emotional ending.
It was a feely ending, but it was a good happy ending. I think a good wrap up to the series.
Oh yeah.
Very, very nice little wrap up.
Some more awesome character development with I don't want to say everybody, because some of the more minor characters
Some of
are
the other
same.
Dragon Rider characters are just pretty much there for comic relief or filler sometimes.
That's pretty much it, yeah.
Not a lot in the way of development,
But, like, the
that's
main
for a good
characters,
reason. It's not really an ensemble cast.
Hiccup, Toothless, Astrid, they had some pretty good character development, pretty good character moments, which I really liked. We see them kind of grow up a little more, which is really awesome.
Toothless's little mating dances. Although there's a
His
part
mating dances
there's
still
a part
kill me.
where it goes very Lion King, and I'm not just saying that because the Light Fury looks just like Nala somehow.
But no, the whole thing with Toothless and the Light Fury was actually like really adorable. Every interaction they had, I'm just like.
And the music was gorgeous.
The music was great.
The music
in this
in
one.
How to Train Your Dragon has always been good.
Oh yeah.
Like very adventurous and wonder filled. This one I think was especially so.
Oh yeah.
Just these nice little. I don't know. I really like the music in it. Very standout. It's always been really good with just this epic imagery.
Oh yeah.
Just this awesome, like, that's a screensaver shot imagery.
Oh heavens,
there was
yeah.
plenty of that in this one. Like, that's the money shot, right?
See, and like,
there.
and just knowing how long it takes to animate some of these movies, just some of the shots that they came up with, I'm just like,
Well,
dang, how much work went into this?
I want to believe that it's just people on like they were animators that are just like, I want to make this scene look, just look really cool. Like when Gareth Edwards was directing, he directed Rogue One. He's like, let's just film some really cool looking crap and put it in the trailer, not put it in the movie. And that's literally how it went. Like, let's film some really cool crap. Like, I have a feeling that's the animators like, I just want a shot of Toothless and Hiccup walking through fire. Because that just looks cool in my head.
You walked through fire!
And that was in the trailer, so that's not a spoiler. It's at the very beginning of the movie.
Yeah. Honestly, I'd give it, I almost want to say I give it 11 out of 10. It exceeded my expectations. It made me laugh, made me cry, happy tears, sad tears.
My only qualm with the movie is the ensemble that doesn't really contribute much. I mean, they do to help make it so that it's not just 3 people taking on an army of dragon slayers, but still, it's like they could do a little more with them or make them a little less annoying sometimes.
Yeah,
I was
kinda
good
wish...
to see Kate Blanchett, and also, well, I guess that's not. Is it really a spoiler?
Nah.
Gerard Butler's back in flashback form.
I pretty much like got teary eyed every time Stoic came back on screen because I'm just like, Stoic,
gosh.
you shouldn't be dead. You shouldn't have died. I kind of wish though that there was a little bit more of Kate Blanchett's character, mostly just because I like her a lot. But I mean that's just me personally. I have kind of a girl crush, I guess, on Kate Blanchett. But
Kate Blanchett's great.
oh yeah,
And needs to come back for the Lord of the Rings television show.
please.
Sorry, what? All right, we've spent 40 minutes on anything but what we were actually planning on talking about today.
That's just because we had a lot to talk about.
We did have a lot to talk
before
about,
then.
and we had a lot to say about it. We've had a lot more to say on the Lord of the Rings television show had it actually been the first age, but it's not.
Oh yeah, we'd still be probably going
I
on
thought
about
it was the
that.
second age, and I was wrong.
So anyway, our actual topic this time, in preparation for the new movie coming out this week, is
Tomorrow.
Captain Marvel.
Technically tonight, Captain Marvel.
Yeah, I just said
Latest.
this week because technically, yeah. it's-
Latest in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
We
Which
will
makes
say-
it's weird to think that it's
Yeah,
been
we will say though, this will be
more Marvel based because we
Yeah.
don't know much about Captain Marvel.
it'll be Captain Marvel / just
And we haven't
mostly the
seen it
Marvel
either.
Cinematic Universe.
We haven't seen it either, so
We are gonna go see it on.
we're gonna see it on Saturday. So we'll review it next time probably,
Yeah, we'll have the review for it next time.
and the build up to the end game.
We're in the end game now.
We're in the end game now.
So I mean, just going off of the trailers, I think Captain Marvel looks really, really awesome.
I think it looks really good. I'm not
Fellow Dragon Ball fans, she goes Super Saiyan. That'll just be my joke pretty much the entire time. She goes Super Saiyan.
Confirmed strongest Avenger. Well, soon to be Avenger. She's not Avenger yet. All I will say also, again, Marvel's de-aging material, their de-aging effects, has been phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
Like I think it really started in Ant-Man when they de-aged. What's his bucket?
Oh, Michael Douglas.
And then they did it in Guardians 2 with Kurt Russell.
Oh, Kurt Russell.
And the flashback of Kurt Russell. And then they had it as well again in Ant-Man and the Wasp with. Well, they had it also in Civil War. I think that was actually.
Oh yeah, they had it with Civil War with Tony Stark.
With Tony Stark and the barf. They had that. That looked amazing. They had it, and again they had it in Ant-Man and the Wasp with both Michael Douglas and Michelle Pfeiffer.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
And then they're having this one. Well, they're having this one with Clark Gregg and Samuel L. Jackson.
Although Clark Gregg, I swear, hasn't aged in years anyway.
Yeah, it's probably just makeup. But with Samuel L. Jackson, it looks amazing. Like the fact that they're dedicated, that this technology is so good that they're willing to put it up on screen for the duration of the film.
Yeah.
Like with the scenes in Ant-Man and the Wasp and in all those, Ant-Man and Civil War, they were brief, like a couple minutes at most.
Yeah.
They were very brief. They weren't very big things. This one, it's probably not the entire. He's probably not on screen the entire movie, but they're so dedicated to this technology. They know it works. They're gonna slap it up on screen for the whole freaking movie, and it looks amazing. It looks like Samuel L. Jackson in 1997.
Exactly.
It's like, how?
I don't know what they do, but
They were so dedicated to it, they posted a picture of it when they first released the first images for Captain Marvel. Like, this is what he looks like. And we're like, looks just like him.
I don't know what they do for.
I mean, it could just be as easy as because his face is a little older. They could just be they smush it down because it's a little wider. I could just say smush it down, but it looks amazing.
Yeah, for one thing, we'll see a younger Samuel L. Jackson. That
You know what
fun.
you know what I considered that I don't think I ever considered before? What if he's the love interest for Captain Marvel? Like, legit.
That would be interesting.
Exactly. Like, I was like, what if, man? I mean, maybe not. I don't know what he is supposed to be. I don't know how old he's supposed to be. Maybe a little bit older than that. But
I have no idea
I don't know.
either.
It was one of those things that I'd not considered before, but it's just thought that came to my head.
See, and the bad thing is that I don't know anything about Captain Marvel or, like, her part of the story, so it's really hard for me to come up with, like, any, like, theories or kind of guess what's going to happen in the movie.
The shots in the trailer look pretty epic.
Yeah, the shots
and
in the
really
trailer are awesome.
The big thing everyone wants to know is what's the connection to Endgame. Like, there's got to be at the end of the movie or the post-credit scene has got to have some kind of connection to Endgame.
Well, of course.
We
that's
know
who,
that.
Well,
Unless Captain America just pops up, or maybe she pops up on screen and does the whole patience bit.
oh, geez.
What if she pops up in the post-credit scene and
Paul
does the
will be
patience
very
bit?
happy.
He's not listening.
Nope, never mind, honey.
We're asking what if Captain Marvel pops up in the post-credit scene of Captain Marvel and does the patience thing again. Okay, Paul's upset.
And he just grimaced and turned away.
We've upset Paul.
Have we told the backstory on this? I don't think we have. No.
I don't think we have.
Quick backstory.
You don't need to tell this.
I'm telling the backstory.
You don't need it to.
I was not here for this, but I heard the story.
No, so Paul and I, when we went and saw Spider-Man: Homecoming, the post-credit scene in that one was when Captain America came up and kind of reenacted the school videos that he had done throughout the film, and he was talking about patience. However, because we're big Marvel fans and we know you don't leave during the credits, we were still sitting there, but Paul really had to go to the bathroom.
Argument says he could have gone.
Yeah, he could have gone, but he chose not to. So he's sitting there going like, come on, we gotta get to the post-credit scene so I can, hurry up and see it, and we can hurry up and go to the bathroom. And then he's sitting there and Captain America's going, patience. And he was so pissed. He's
Why
like,
would they make...
he was like, I sat there holding it for this.
Was he pissed right there in the seat?
Yep. Oh my gosh, Austin.
You said it, not me.
No, that's not.
You're making it worse.
Shut up.
But yeah.
No, he was
Why
mad.
would they make you wait for something that was so disappointing?
Yep, exactly. And Paul wanted to just yell at the screen. Yeah, so now he has a slight grudge against that post-credit scene.
I saw a thing as a post that said Marvel Cinematic Universe makes memes, citing the Patience. Patience is now a meme, And then there's Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and that uses memes, which if you've not seen that post-credit scene, is a great post-credit scene.
Oh, yeah. No, I would laugh anyway if they did that with Captain Marvel. Paul will probably just be sitting there grimacing.
Hi, I'm Captain Marvel. I'm just like, no! Carbon copy of the original.
Paul's just gonna sit there grimacing at the screen.
Either that, or there's... Well, I actually think the post-credit scene... I've either heard that the movie starts with a Stan Lee tribute, or it ends with a Stan Lee tribute.
I haven't heard anything, so I can't...
What would be very cruel is if there was nothing. Like, we sit through the credits waiting.
That would suck.
There's nothing. Literally the only time that Marvel will have done that.
Well, I half expected that to happen in Endgame. Or not Endgame,
I wouldn't
War.
put it past them. I don't put past anything on Marvel at this point.
Especially
Stop texting!
Sorry, our group text is going crazy right now. But I mean, especially when the Russo brothers are involved, they are confirmed pathological liars. They kept saying Endgame was not the name of the next movie, and then sure enough, they came out and said Endgame.
It was Endgame.
And I was like, the Russo brothers lied. But I mean, I literally have like no idea, honestly, on what.
I think I'm gonna like it mostly because I'm not particularly picky about movies.
I'm not
as long
either.
as it doesn't get too like feministy, anti-patriarch stuff.
Yeah, which it doesn't quite help that Brie Larson has kind of been on a feminist.
That's why I respect
lately.
Gal. That's why I respect Gal Gadot. She didn't get all that with Wonder Woman. She's like, hey, watch Wonder Woman. It's an awesome movie about an awesome woman superhero.
Gal Gadot, an amazing actress, and actually was part of the Israeli army.
Was an actual badass.
Yeah.
That's why I really, really respect her.
She actually was a fighter and a soldier. Like, she was cut out for that role.
And then she was an amazing Wonder Woman, and there's a reason why.
I love her!
Yeah, there's a reason why I'm excited for Wonder Woman 84, because there's more Wonder Woman!
We're getting more Wonder Woman! I love her so much.
I also am not opposed to the idea that, like, Peyton Reed, who directed Ant-Man, and others have stated, saying we should have an all-female Avengers movie. I'm totally down for that. As long as they just make it like a normal Avengers movie. Not the, hey, girlfriends, let's just go and be better than the guys. Let's just have it. Somehow, it's just all the female Avengers. Like, let's just have it. I don't care. Let's put Black Widow and Captain Marvel and Shuri and Okoye and Wasp and others. I can't remember.
Scarlet Witch.
And Scarlet Witch. Let's just have them all together and kick butt. Because why not? Because they're awesome.
Just imagine me right now, the Stephen Colbert gif of him holding out his hand. Give it to me now! That is what I feel like right now.
Honestly, I'm not opposed to it. As long as it's just not like, as long as it's not Ghostbusters, that they're just doing it just to do it. Like, because I feel like it'd be very warranted. What the...
Our group text.
Sorry.
I finally just turned my phone on, on silent.
I'm muting it. But yes, again, I wouldn't be opposed to that. Again, as long as it doesn't turn into this whole, because there seems to be.
Hey, I about went crazy when they had just that one moment in Infinity War with Black Widow and Okoye, and I'm like,
that should be considered foreshadowing right there. Like, I would not care. As long as it
give me my girl hero.
The only problem I have is when movies go one sex is better than the other, whether it's men or women. If one's like, oh, men are amazing and women are pointless, or if it's vice versa, I don't like that. Why don't we just have a movie where everyone can kick butt equally?
That's called the Avengers.
Which is called Infinity War. Everyone kicks butt equally in their own unique individual ways.
Pretty much.
Like, why can't we just have that? Which is why Wonder Woman was great. Because while the other dudes weren't superpowered, she still saw the value in them.
Oh, yeah.
She still saw their value as sold. I mean, there was that scene in the boat, but that was more for comic relief. But it was one scene. Like, it was one scene. And it was meant to be funny. Like, and it was kind of funny.
Oh, yeah, it was funny.
But it was one of those, like, the other soldiers, and Chris Pine, of course, because he's a Chris. He's naturally amazing.
He's naturally amazing just because he's a Chris. Yeah. I love that.
Because he's a Chris, you know, he's naturally amazing. And she saw the value in all of them, and they all had their moments to shine and their own little moments in the movies. It wasn't that she was competent and the rest of them were idiots. That's what I liked about it.
She was just very confident in her ability, and was just like, okay, if you're not going to do it, I will.
And the thing is, it seems like from what the trailers show, that it looks like Coulson and Nick Fury are still going to be Coulson and Nick Fury. They're not going to be incompetent buffoons.
Oh,
They're just definitely not going to be the super-powered one. Like, she's the strongest Avenger. By the way, also, I saw a thing. This is reported. I see stuff on Instagram, and I don't believe it unless I can see an actual source, but I usually take word for it sometimes. Excuse me. Sometimes. Supposedly, the runtime for Endgame is still at 3 hours.
Nice.
And supposedly, in all of the test audiences, not one person has gotten out to use the bathroom. Which means either smartly, they didn't drink, or they just didn't want to leave.
I'm guessing the latter because how intense it's
there's
probably
little
going
puddles
to be.
in the seats, but...
I feel bad for anybody that comes in the theater after them.
Or it's like the Russos are watching the test audiences, the movie's over, they just run out. They're just like, I gotta go!
Yeah.
We gotta go, Wesley!
Wesley!
Which makes me very happy. I'm like, I want to just like, nope. I want my body to like go in reverse, to somehow like stop all normal functions just to watch this movie. Like my digestive system is also as invested in this movie as I am.
That's actually really funny when you put it that way.
Notice your digestive system works against you, alright? You get to the best part of a movie, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Uh-huh.
You suck, digestive tract. I want my digestive system to be just as invested as my muscular system, as my cardiovascular system, as my nervous system. All my systems better be as invested in this movie. Talking Endgame now.
I'm sorry.
My body better shut down, go paralytic, and just watch this. Probably a bad joke. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, are you really want to go that far?
Only thing working are my eyes and my brain, of course.
And your brain.
Want to remember this movie? I just see it, but don't process it.
Hey, I've learned to
It's amazing.
I've learned to hold it in movies just because I hate going to the bathroom during movies anyway. Because I'm always afraid that I'm gonna get up and go and miss something really funny, something really good. So I've learned to hold it in movies. I've learned to hold it. So if I have to do it for Endgame, you bet I will do it.
And you bet I'm gonna see this movie a crap ton.
Yep.
I saw episode 7 times on $5 Tuesdays before I left on my mission. I'm seeing this movie a lot. I saw Infinity War like 2 days after I first saw it, and then like another 3 days after that. I seeing this movie a lot. Unless it's so sad I don't want to go back, which is probably gonna be the case. But
I say Paul is he's actually seeing it tomorrow, and then he's gonna see it Saturday right after.
I'm talking Endgame.
Or sorry, Captain Marvel.
I was about to say he's seeing it tomorrow.
No, sorry, Captain Marvel. My bad.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That was good. I think it'll be good.
Yeah, I think Captain Marvel will be good. There's been some reviews.
And don't forget that the reviews.
I know.
Everyone hates superhero, except like IGN and those places that are dedicated more to that kind of stuff. Everyone hates superhero films.
I know. I'm just saying some of them are saying it could have been better. It's not as good. I'm just like, meh. I'll do my own review.
Which is possible. Okay, Marvel has some meh movies. Let's not forget.
Thor: The Dark World.
Thor: The Dark World.
Even Chris Hemsworth has literally said,
and
meh.
Thor 1 was kind of the same.
It was okay.
Iron Man 2 wasn't the great. Iron Man 2 is an underrated movie in my opinion because of the fact that Justin Hammer's hilarious.
You freaking love Justin Hammer.
It's just because he's not the yin to Tony Stark's yang, but he's something else, man. I mean,
he is something else.
He's just funny. He's just really funny and natural in the way he's funny. Because he's like a Tony Stark wannabe, and that's what's funny, because he's not. Like, that's what's funny about him. And he and Robert Downey Jr. play off each other very well. It almost seems like the guy's making up his own lines the whole entire time. It's like, he's going off script again. There we go. Even though actually most of the Iron Man one,
which guy are you talking about here?
I forget the actor's name, but Justin Hammer.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure RDJ does that a little himself.
But RDJ does that every time. Like,
he goes off script.
I actually found out that the entire Iron Man 1 was mostly improvised because they couldn't really afford a script.
Whoa, wait, really?
Yeah. It was It was kind of Ragnarok style, where they had like a basic script, but most of the lines were improvised. Not to the extent and the beauty of Ragnarok. Ragnarok is a masterpiece. It's an artwork. It should have won an Oscar for. It should have won every Oscar. Sorry. Foreign film. It's technically filmed in Australia. It can count as a foreign film, right? Win every Oscar. Thor Ragnarok. It's just like everyone's like, all right. It's like the Oscars.
Thor Ragnarok.
Everyone's taking shots. All the
the entire place is like
Chris Hemsworth just puts his chair on the stage just so he doesn't have to leave anymore. Just takes the Oscar and just sits there.
Everyone's so wasted by halfway through the night.
Ragnarok is a masterpiece.
Ragnarok is
But yeah,
so
Iron Man
good.
1 they really couldn't afford much of a script, so they just
look at them now.
They just kind of went, well, we'll just have a basic storyline and we'll make up the lines, I guess. We'll kind of have an idea, and it sparked an entire cinematic universe.
It sparked a phenomena for movies, for superhero movies.
Yep.
I say, here we are now, 10 years later, and they're huge.
11, technically.
Oh, I guess it's 11 years.
They're still
by now.
saying the 10th anniversary thing because, of course, we got.
That's why I was thrown, because I remember they still show like the 10-year thing at the beginning of the movies.
But yeah, Marvel, great stuff. But yeah, it's so it could be not amazing.
Back to Captain Marvel here.
Yeah, Captain Marvel. I'm fully prepared for that. I don't it could be good. I think
Brie Larson's gonna do good.
I think I'm gonna enjoy it.
I think so too.
Mostly because it's just Marvel. I don't doubt Marvel.
Austin,
I stopped doubting Marvel after the talking raccoon.
Remember how Mom was so against seeing Guardians of the Galaxy?
She's like, that looks dumb. It's a talking raccoon and a tree. And a talking. Like, but Mom, it's Marvel. It's great. Marvel's amazing. She's like, no. And then she saw it, and the soundtrack, and the acting, and the funny, and the Chris Pratt all got her. And she's like, wow, this movie's amazing. I'm like, I told you.
And we're like, you didn't want to see this.
Well, the soundtrack was her childhood, so it was like.
Because it was the 80s music. It was fantastic.
70s. More 70s than
70s, meh.
But yeah, it immedately appealed to my mother. It's just like,
like,
okay.
Right at the beginning, it's like, hey.
And that and Chris Pratt, I have no doubt that scene was probably entirely improvised by Chris Pratt.
Oh, completely.
Well, probably there were some things like, all right, slide across the frame, woo! But,
everything else, I'm pretty sure was just him.
But yeah, like Chris Pratt, Insta star.
Oh,
by the way, fun fact: we discovered that they'd cast Chris Pratt in Jurassic World long before Guardians was actually released.
Oh.
So after Guardians was released, they're like, we look like freaking geniuses, man. Because they were already filmed, or at least they'd cast it. I don't know if they started filming Jurassic World. They probably did, but they're like, man, we look so smart right now. Yeah, we casted Star-Lord. Yeah, we totally did that on purpose. Yeah.
I love Chris Pratt, and he's like one of the few celebrities out there that will openly
admit his faith.
And I love it. Like he won an award. I don't remember what it was. I think it might have been for Jurassic World. Or
he went on this whole thing about it too, not about his faith. Well, he did that, but he also just went on this whole
he just went on this whole
thing
about believe in God, do this, have faith, whatever. Like he said that in his acceptance speech.
We are religious people, so we appreciate this side of Chris.
Well, and recently he was under fire by Ellen Page because she said he supports a homophobic church.
Ellen Page hasn't been famous since X-Men.
Yeah.
She hasn't really been in much.
And I was just kind of like, okay.
Well, except Inception, but.
I mean, for one thing, I thought her whole outburst was just completely unnecessary, but then he came out and was just like.
And defended himself with dignity.
Yeah. Which is great. He could have easily fought back and said, well, hey, you do this.
That's another reason we respect Chris Pratt.
Yeah, he could have fought back, but he just said, nope, I'm standing my ground. And he did it, like you said, with dignity and with
grace.
pride.
He also is all of his characters. Do you know the name of his character? We have not seen Lego Movie 2. Have we not seen Lego Movie 2?
Wait, when did it come out?
2 weeks ago.
Well, what the crap? I thought
it
hadn't come out yet.
Do you know the name of his other character in the movie?
Isn't it like Rex or something?
Rex Dangervest. It's like a culmination of all of Chris Pratt's characters. Chris Pratt he raises animals. He has a farm. He raises animals and he eats them because he's a Christian man, and a Republican. And so it's like, but one of his named Rex Dangerfleece. Like that is literally one of the names. The names of his sheep are hilarious, and they're just pure Chris Pratt. Like.
Well, that was also another thing. There was a thing that came out and like it ranked all of the Chris's in Marvel.
He's the worst Chris.
Yeah, he was the worst
because
Chris.
Because he's the most problematic Chris. Because because he raises and
he raises animals and eats them, and then
he's a Christian.
Yeah, and because he's Christian, I'm like, are you serious right now?
I mean, in terms of people who are more likely to cause problems in Hollywood, yeah, he's probably the most problematic of all the Chris's.
But see, that's just it. Hollywood sees those things as a problem.
Mm-hmm.
People with common sense?
It's a little stretching it there.
I'm just saying, if you're a decent person, at least you shouldn't be condemning him just because he is open about his faith. Plenty of people are open about their faith. If you're a decent person, you're not going to call him out for that.
Yeah, but we're getting off topic.
I know, but I'm just saying that whole thing was just ridiculous. He's a top-notch Christian.
Yes, and he's one of the fastest growing celebrities very quickly. Like,
oh yeah.
after Parks and Rec, he exploded with Guardians of the Galaxy and Jurassic World, and I was like, wow, this Chris Pratt dude is everywhere. And Passengers, I really liked Passengers.
Passengers was a good movie.
I thought that was a very surprisingly good movie with a cast of 4 people if you count the robot.
Yeah. 4 people, and it was still pretty good.
3 people for most of the movie. It was Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence. I was like, this movie's really good. I really enjoyed that movie.
And then he was in Lego Movie.
The Lego Movie, yep. He was all over the place.
Wasn't he in...
He had more Legos than anyone else in the world for a minute.
Yeah, that's when you know you've made it big, is when you have
How many
Legos of
Legos
yourself.
do you have made of your characters?
Wasn't he in Lego Movie before Guardians of the Galaxy?
I think it was maybe right after.
I'm going to quickly look that up, because now I'm curious.
Maybe. It was after.
Because I just know that he had, like, a bunch of roles, like, all at once.
Yeah, I think it was after.
Let's see. Lego Movie, that was in 2014. And then Guardians of the Galaxy... Guardians of the Galaxy... Well, it was also in 2014.
Okay, so same
So it was
year.
around the same time.
Same year. Probably around the same time. They're both summer movies, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, good stuff. I mean, good big guy. What else? What were we talking about? Oh yeah, because Mom didn't want to see
Yeah.
Guardians. And then after that, well, she still had her qualms about Ant-Man. She says to this day, no, I wanted to see him. Like, no, you did not want to see Ant-Man.
I was the same way. I was kind of like, Ant-Man? That sounds so dumb.
I had no doubt. After Guardians, I had no longer had doubts. Mostly because Saturday Night Live told me I shouldn't doubt Marvel because Marvel can't fail. Which is one of the funny. You need to watch that one of Saturday Night Live, and Chris Pratt hosted Saturday Night Live after Guardians of the Galaxy. Did this spoof of Guardians of the Galaxy, which is one of the funniest skits I've ever seen on Saturday Night Live. But yeah, I've not doubted Marvel since, and I've never been proven wrong.
No, we haven't.
Some people would beg to differ, but I say Homecoming is better than Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, anybody that argues Tobey Maguire was
I have a guy in my class. That's like, I think Spider-Verse is the best movies in Spider-Man 2. I'm like, Spider-Man 2 is the worst of the Spider-Man movies! Except Spider-Man 3 is pretty awful. But Spider-Man 2, it's so boring! He's not being Spider-Man, he's crying! The whole movie and stalking his girlfriend, like...
Anybody who says Tobey Maguire is the best Spider-Man,
He's
you
not.
all are just so
the
wrong.
The visual effects were crappy, the logic is not present, makes no sense. It's not even a good movie, let alone a Spider-Man movie. Sorry.
You're entitled to your opinions, which are wrong, but you're entitled to them.
Sorry, I have strong feelings about this because we've watched the worst of the worst when it comes to movies, whether it be big budget stuff or the lowest of low budgets like $5 budget stuff.
Yeah.
We've watched it.
We've seen bad movies.
And Spider-Man are not good movies.
Andrew Garfield wasn't that much better, and then Tom Holland, he's just stolen it.
Well, the thing is, I could believe, like, Tobey Maguire at least could believe in the kind of unlikable dork nerd type character. Well, at least the nerd type. He didn't really come across as dorky, more of awkward.
He was very awkward.
I couldn't believe Andrew Garfield, because he's a good-looking dude.
Yeah.
I couldn't really believe him as the awkward, nerd, unattractive one. I'm like, hey, every girl I know would be
since
fun.
when does Spider-Man had to be unattractive, though? Because Tom Holland's plenty attractive.
Well, yeah, but he pulls off kind of the dorky. He also looks youngest of all of them. He is youngest of all of them. But
He bears the same curse as us. He's in his 20s, and yet he looks like he's 14. He looks like he's young. Like,
he's
way
a handler
young.
because he's like 12. But he's also got...
He has someone bring him a juice box.
He has someone bring a juice box because he's 12. But he also has a handler because he's also 50. He's like a shih tzu. This is Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan on Tom Holland.
First of all, Tom's a little a-hole.
But Tom at least pulls off the dorky, like...
Oh, yeah.
He pulls off the dorky nerd
He's
and slightly
adorable.
awkward. And he's great. And I think he's amazing because I think he pulls off the Spider-Man as well as...
He pulls off the Spider-Man personality a whole lot better than the other two ever did.
Yeah, I feel like... I did enjoy some of Garfield's Spider-Man stuff, though. I enjoyed some of his
There
stuff.
was a couple good things with him.
And the imagery, like the web swinging in that was top-notch.
Oh, yeah.
Really good stuff.
Tobey Maguire was not enjoyable at all.
And the visual effects, the swinging were just not good. Like, I know that it was early 2000s, but still, I've seen movies in the early 2000s that had visual effects that held up very much Lord of the Rings.
Yep.
Even some of the Star Wars prequels, visual effects don't look that good. Revenge of the Sith looks fine, but visually anyway. But
I was about to say, you better hold
except
add
when
visually.
except when Hayden Christensen's on screen.
Yeah, then it just goes blah.
Bleh, bland. But anyway, it's one of those things like. Sorry, I keep bumping the microphone with Morgan's little baton.
Why do you even have my baton?
They're like swinging it. I like twirling it like it's a wand. I very much enjoy. And okay, so I've said this to Morgan and Paul last week. So we have a trailer. Oh, it's an hour. Jeez, we have a trailer for Spider-Man: Far From Home, right? There's a trailer, visual effects. They've gone to convention. They have like a convention in Brazil they went to. They talked about Far From Home with Jake Gyllenhaal and all that. It would not surprise me if Endgame comes and Spider-Man does not come back to life, and Kevin Feige and the Russos come out and say, "Oh yeah, Spider-Man's dead. Far From Home is fake." It would not surprise me if they went as far as to film stuff, to have press releases for this movie, to provide visual effects for this movie, and then for it to be fake. Okay? I wouldn't put past nothing on Marvel at this point. I could not very easily, but I could see that happening. It would not surprise me if somehow they managed to fool the world into thinking we were getting another Spider-Man film, when truthfully we were not. It's probably not going to happen.
What about all the other films that they've
Probably
announced?
not going to... It wouldn't surprise me either. It probably ain't going to happen, because they're going to miss out on a lot of money, because everyone enjoys Tom Holland.
Love Tom Holland.
See, I like him. I think he's great. I think his Spider-Man personality is great. It's perfect for Spider-Man. And...
One of the most American kids is played by
I know,
a British guy.
Why does this keep happening? The pure, 100% American superheroes keep getting played by British people.
Except for Captain America himself.
Yes, he's played by Captain America.
He
but,
is the most American.
Superman and Spider-Man are very... Superman and Spider-Man are very American icon superheroes. And they're both recently played by British people. Spider-Man twice.
Henry Cavill is British?
He's British.
I did not know that.
He's British. He's English. He's British.
I don't remember if I mentioned this, but do you remember that he was in Count of Monte Cristo?
Yeah, Mom and Dad keep bringing it up. Because he was, really skinny.
Oh, yeah.
He was, really small and really skinny because it was a long time ago.
Well, I say he was like a kid. Which, man, I need to see that movie again.
It's been a while.
I haven't seen that in a long time. Yeah, I did not know he was British.
But yeah, he's British. It's funny that some of the most American, at least Captain America.
Yeah, Captain America is an actual American.
I also want to say this. In Winter Soldier, for those of you who remember, there's a scene at the beginning when Sam Wilson is telling Steve Rogers, "Hey, you gotta listen to the what was the soundtrack?
Marvin Gaye.
Marvin Gaye, something, not Running Man soundtrack, but
Running Man. Shoot, I don't remember.
he tells me to listen to a Marvin Gaye album, and I don't remember. But, and he puts it, and he says, "I'll put it on the list." And he pulls out this list, and he starts writing and stuff, and it shows this list. And it's got, Star Trek and Star Wars on it. It's got a whole bunch of stuff. In other countries, they filmed that scene differently with different things. Different things that were more, in France, they did a French version of the list. They had a Chinese version of the list. And I don't want to sound insensitive. But if there's one character, I've never heard this happening in any other movie, where they, change it, even if it's a slight, kind of unimportant thing. I've never heard of them changing something for other countries. But if there's one character that I think it would be okay for him to have a pure list of American stuff, I think that character would be called Captain America. I think the world would be okay with that.
You would think.
Not gonna lie, I'm just okay, I don't want to sound insensitive, but I think there's a character who can get away with that. He's called Captain America.
Captain Algeria.
America.
Oh, sorry.
But yeah, I just remember people saying that's he's Captain America. Why?
Why is he worrying about the French
Why would he
stuff?
want to watch a French opera? He's American.
He's not gonna know.
I know that's probably how Chris Evans is, but it's okay, he's Captain America. There's a character who I don't think people would mind not caring about their culture. It's him.
The one thing that I'm hoping kind of going back to Captain Marvel, because we've seen, and if you're very involved in like pop culture, kind of social media type stuff, a good majority of the Avengers actors are like the exact same as their characters in real life. Like they act exactly the same, especially like Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr. Chris Evans is not very much personality-wise like
I've seen that he is.
Yeah, but in terms of like what he believes and thinks and says,
no, I'm just talking about in
he's
terms of.
not
I'm
the
just
same.
talking in terms of personality, not exactly like them.
Well, Chris Evans is definitely a more happy person than Captain America.
Well, still, I've seen some evidence that he is a lot like Captain America. I'm just hoping that Brie Larson lives up to that as well. It's like, okay,
I
see how
don't
Captain
think
Marvel
so.
is, and maybe see if she's the same. I don't know. I just know that RDJ is the exact same as Iron Man. I don't know.
Same man.
I don't know where Tony Stark begins and where RDJ ends.
Is there even? I don't think there is. I literally don't think there's a difference.
I'm convinced that in
There's
all
no
of
gap.
the movies, RDJ isn't even acting. He's just walking
No.
on set and just reading lines. And just,
You don't need to method act if you are the person. Like,
Yep.
There's method actors like what's his bucket? Daniel Day-Lewis, who's a phenomenal method actor. He's crazy. Him and Christian Bale are crazy, like bona fide insane. And then there's Robert Downey Jr., who will never play any other role ever again because he's just Tony Stark.
yep.
But he's like the richest. He's like the richest. He's the most valuable celebrity because of Tony Stark.
Well, like I found a meme earlier today. It was him surrounded by a bunch of people just as Iron Man. I think he was like judging a costume contest. He goes, "Okay, I've picked a winner. It's me." Like that is such a Tony Stark thing. That is such a Tony Stark thing to do.
He is just there is no difference. There is no break
There
between
is
Robert
no
Downey Jr.
difference.
Begins and Tony Stark ends. There's no difference. The
Nope.
only difference
I
maybe
hope he
is
never
that
changes.
The only difference I think is that maybe that Robert Downey Jr. doesn't have PTSD from flying through a wormhole in space. But
You know that might be debatable.
Maybe. But still, it's like I don't know. There is no difference between the two characters. They're the same.
Well, as far as I know, I don't think he's ever actually had shrapnel in his heart.
No.
But I mean,
But what if Robert Downey Jr. is just a creation of Tony Stark? What if?
let's see. Well, what if Tony Stark? The story of Iron Man is just the story of Robert Downey Jr., but they're passing it off as Tony Stark, so we don't
don't
actually
know.
know it's actually
But he
Robert
actually
Downey Jr.
is Iron Man. Again, I will say this about the MCU: it's daggone well perfectly casted.
Stan Lee even said himself, Robert Downey Jr. is Tony Stark.
Born to play the man.
He was born to play him.
And it's so sad how he eventually had went through, but he got there, and he's all the better for it. And we love you, RDJ, and we're gonna miss you because we know Tony Stark's gonna die.
Stop it.
We know Captain America.
Stop
They're all
it.
gonna die.
Stop it.
They were saved. Kevin Feige just went on record. He said in an interview that the people who died in Endgame, spoiler alert, that's pretty much the way how it was from the beginning. He said that the bunch of them were literally in a room, him, the Russos, and others, for like years, talking about Infinity War and Endgame. How was it gonna go down? Who was gonna die? And they said pretty much the people who died. That was who we decided in the beginning. Like it barely even changed. The original 6 were always gonna be alive, and for very good reason. It's their story. I don't know.
No.
Like this crap's going down.
When does that come out?
April.
April. Oh, I'm not
Month.
ready. I'm not ready.
A month.
I just not realized that April's a month away. I'm not ready. I'm still getting over Infinity War.
We're never gonna be ready.
Ugh. You're gonna have to drag me kicking and screaming to this one.
Yeah.
I don't want to go. You're gonna see it.
But yeah, Captain Marvel airs tomorrow. Today, technically, if you're listening to this on Friday.
We're gonna see it Saturday. We'll
We're
have a
gonna
review
see it
for
Saturday,
it next
have a
week.
review. It's definitely gonna tie into Endgame, and that's really what I'm curious about. I'm also wanting to see Goose the cat tear out Nick Fury's eyeball, because that's definitely what's gonna happen. We all know it. That cat's a Skrull, and he's gonna rip out Nick Fury's eye. Well, not
Now
rip it
we
out.
know
well,
the
not
story
rip
between
it.
the eye
not
patch.
not rip it out, because he still has the eye, but he
But
has the
just
eye patch.
claw the ever living crap out of it.
I know. I'm calling it. The
Goose the cat.
Goose is a Skrull. Goose is a Skrull.
I'm
Calling
gonna be
it.
curious to see Lee Pace back as Ronan, because
As the-
there's been no shots of him in the trailer, hardly at all.
Well, there's a shot of the back of his head.
Yeah, but that's not. I want to see his face. I want to see him.
I was
I
like a
wanna see my Lee
Korath.
Pace.
It's like a Korath back.
Yeah,
He was cool.
got Korath.
He was
Korath
also
was
in
cool.
How to Train Your Dragon 2.
Oh yeah, he
was
was.
the bad guy.
He was the bad guy. That's right. Which I need to look up and see who is the bad guy in the third one because I didn't know who that was at all. I mean, I doubt it was probably anybody that I knew, but I just want to see. I'm just curious.
But yeah, Captain Marvel comes out, latest in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Start of a new era, probably.
Yeah.
No, definitely. We've kind of confirmed that. Start of a new era with this one.
We did warn you this is going to be kind of more general Marvel than actual
Yeah, because
Captain
we really
Marvel.
don't know a whole bunch about Captain Marvel or history or anything of the sort, so it's more just general
We
Marvel.
figured if anything we would just bring it up just because in preface of the new movie. But yeah, we don't know a whole lot about it, so we figured it would just turn more into general Marvel. We threw a little bit of DC in there actually too with the Wonder Woman conversation. But I mean, that's the only good part about DC, so that's totally acceptable. Other than I've still yet to see Aquaman, which I've heard is good, so that might also fall in line with Wonder Woman, but that remains to be seen. But yeah, like we said, that was mostly general MCU discussion, a little bit of Captain Marvel thrown in there. But the movie comes out this week. I'm excited to go see it. If you're gonna go see it, go do it. I personally think it's gonna be a pretty cool movie.
See, it will be.
So I think that will wrap up this episode for this week. We don't have a lineup yet of our upcoming episodes, so be on the lookout for that on our Facebook page. Austin and I are going to get that worked out over the next few days. So when we do get that figured out, like I said, we'll post it on Facebook. Go ahead and take a look there. Look at the Forcecast. If you like this episode, please like our video on YouTube. If you have any other comments, questions, or topic suggestions, we're still open to any of them from anybody. Go ahead and comment on our YouTube link or on our post on Facebook, or send us an email at forcecast327@gmail.com. Like I said, like this video, please subscribe to our channel. We're still trying to, build up our audience as best we can. Try and get people engaged and stuff like that. If only we could get followers as quickly as Critical Role got all that money.
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine how big this would be by now?
Mm-hmm.
That would be just amazing. Any last words from you?
May the Force be with you.